Black princesses of Ghana have drawn the first blood in the series of jollof war between Nigeria and Ghana. They won gold on Thursday night at the ongoing 2023 African Games being hosted by their country. Defeated Nigeria's Falconet 2-1 after extra time. And the Falconet will just have to do with a silver. On that note, welcome to Sports Africa. Of course, this is where we discuss all things football and sporting activities on the continent. My name is Asha Lulwefemi, and it's been a very awesome ride with our viewers and fans across the world. Thank you so much for your support. They said you do not say thank you too much, so we do not take your support lightly at all. James Agberebi is here. Kadu Winjare, unfortunately, would not be joining us on the show today, but it's going to be another awesome time. James, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Femi. It's a pleasure being on today's edition.
Okay, all right. They say thank you is never out of fashion. James, let's talk about today's friendly game in Marrakech, Morocco. And like I said in the intro, of course, Nigeria will be taking on Ghana today in a prestige friendly. But before then, let's take our viewers across the world through our programming. Of course, we're talking about the continental roundup, where we'll be giving you highlights of what we'll be discussing in the big talking point, and then we're going to stars in diaspora. This weekend, there are no league matches because of the FIFA free window. So all the countries are involved in one friendly or FIFA series or the other. So quickly, now the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on Morocco. We'll be taking on Ghana, I beg your pardon. They'll be taking on Ghana in Marrakech, Morocco today in another prestige friendly. History favors the Black Stars. Coach Finidi George and of course Otto Addo, they are in the side once again. Finidi for the first time, Otto Addo for the second time with the Black Stars, but it is going to be more than friendly. And of course, last week we brought you the case of Nathan Doula in Cameroon about a double identity and allegation of falsifying his age. That matter has been cleared. So we'll be taking you through that. In Star in Diaspora today, we'll be going to Kenya. So let's get started, James. Finidi George has said that, of course, the current Super Eagles caretaker manager has said that a game against Ghana, no game against Ghana is friendly, and he has said that his boys will try to win the game today.
Yes, everybody knows that when it comes to Nigeria Ghana, whether it's a friendly game, just like what you're going to watch today, it is never a friendly game. The two teams always go in with the mindset to win. Even if you check it, it cuts across all even in the junior teams, male and female. Anytime these two teams meet, it's always firework. You saw the final between
sorry to cut in. Yesterday, the final between Nigeria and Ghana, even the commentator was saying that the last time she saw a packed stadium for a game that is not being played by the Black Stars was about 2006 in an Olympic qualifier between Nigeria and Ghana. If you saw the game yesterday on television, the stadium was packed, and these are girls, under 20 ladies, playing for a gold medal at the ongoing 2023 Africa Games. I think that headlines the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana. You could see the passion among the players of both sides. I think that tells about the enduring rivalry between these two African football giants.
Yeah, funny. Like I said, I mean, I don't know which other rivalry comes close. Because the good thing is the healthy rivalry. Everything hands on the pitch. Then you can say the.
Are you sure? Social media is another battleground.
That's what I wanted to say. After the pitch, you now move over. No, the good thing is once the game is done and dust, everybody just move over to the social media. We start throwing.
Tantrums.
Start attacking each other, not a physical attack, but the number one Nigeria Ghana, the way they go at each other. Now, I saw in one post on the Nigerian person, he posted the medal table. That the Ghana won the game, but I mean, look at the medal table. Nigeria is like even the 4 by 100 meters relay. It was another battle for the men and women. as in, the way they just going at each other, like you begin to what kind of
And that
feeling,
is what makes it very interesting, really.
you know. So this rivalry has come way, way, way back. Generation that were born like few years ago, the Gen Zs, they jumped into this rivalry that no matter what, even though it's a teacup that is at stake, Nigeria and Ghana will go at it like their life depends on it. So we should expect nothing less in today's friendly game, Nigeria and the Black Stars. Just like what you said, the Black Stars, they are ahead of the Super Eagles in terms of head to head. In terms of recent meetings, if you take out the game between the home base Super Eagles
The
and the
champ,
Black
yeah,
Galaxy,
qualifiers.
you know that in the over 2 legs, they both defeated each other. Before the Black Galaxy went on to win on penalties. But
Or
in time when we
penalties.
talk of the Black Stars and the Super Eagles, the last time the Super Eagles defeated the Black Stars was in 2006. That's like almost 20 years ago. In the recent
That's about
meetings, the
18
Black Stars,
years.
yes, that the Super Eagles last defeated the Black Stars. And even if you look at on the other side too, I remember in 1992 when the Black Stars defeated the Super Eagles in the semi-finals. It took them to 2007 before the Black Stars defeated the Super Eagles. So there's only this period where one team will go unbeaten before the other team will now come on board again. So for me, it's going to be an interesting game. Going to be exciting. This is the third meeting, third time Otto Addo will be coming up against the Super Eagles. Remember the World Cup qualifiers. Now he was able to lead the Black Stars over the Super Eagles. So the two camps have been talking tough, and we'll wait and see what will happen in today's game.
All right, okay. Of course, this game is a two-edged sword for both sides because, like I said in the intro, it is a prestige friendly. But again, the World Cup qualifiers that resumes in June is what the two teams will have in mind about shaping up. But I tell you, today's encounter, it's going to be more than a friendly in Marrakech, Morocco. Okay, James, let's talk about so the players talking now. Kenneth Omero, he said at the end of the day, the game is going to have a taste of Nigerian jollof. That is another battle entirely that even if this matter is dragged to the International Court of Justice in Hague, I'm sure they wouldn't be able to find the right
I'm
judgment
telling
for
you,
it.
at
Yeah,
all.
but Overo said they will make sure that at the end of the day, it has a taste of Nigerian jollof.
Even Femi, there are a lot of top celebrities all over the world. They know about the Nigerian Ghana jollof. If you watch one of their interviews, especially if the interviewer is either Ghanaian or Nigerian, they always throw in this whose country's jollof is the best, and from there you now generate a lot of engagement again, and people go back and forth. They'll be on each other's neck, and so that was the exciting thing about the Nigeria Ghana rivalry. Aside from football, there are other things to bring in. This All Africa Games too is another aspect. I saw some clips where Nigeria engaged the Ghanaians in wrestling, kickboxing, arm wrestling, handball. You take the fight there too. So it cuts across now. It's not just about football now. It's gone to another level. But like I said, the good thing is everything ends after the pitch, the court or the pitch drama. We'll now move over to the social media and continue the bashing till we meet again. And so Omero understands this. He has faced Ghana in the past. He knows how intense the games are. So he's right. Even in their own camp too, the coach too, Otto Addo, talking about the game, how we expect it to be a very tough encounter, and so like I said, we look forward to an exciting game. The two teams are using it for as preparation for the World Cup qualifiers. After this, the Black Stars will face Uganda. The Super Eagles will also take on Mali. So but it's a good thing that the two teams, their first games in this international window is against each other. So by the time they've battered each other, then now whoever loses will now take that anger to the next game that they will play.
Okay, James. Before we talk about the players that will be missing the match, if it's going to affect the quality in any way, I think it's best we tell our viewers that on record, at senior national team levels, Nigeria and Ghana they've met 51 times. So today's going to be 52nd time, and Ghana they've won 21 times. Nigeria only 10 times. and they've drawn 20 matches at senior level between the Super Eagles and the Black Stars. James, Victor Osimhen is missing because of the controversy regarding injuries, injured, not injured at Napoli. William Troost-Ekong, the MVP of the 2023 AFCON, is also missing. Of course, on the side of the Ghanaians, Mohamed Kudus pulled out because of the suspected shoulder injury, and because Thomas Partey will also not be there. Do you think these players, the absence of these players, will affect the quality of the game at all? The gladiators who will take to the pitch up to the task of the rivalry existing between these two countries?
Femi, no matter who is absent, those who will be on the pitch, they will give their all. They understand what the rivalry is, you know. So it's not about who will not play. The thing is, those that will play, they know that when these two teams, when they come against each other, it's going to be battle royale, it's going to be war on the pitch. You know, so they don't rely on, they don't wait, they don't say, okay, because this player did not play, you know, whoever comes onto that pitch is going to give 150%. It's going to be the battle all through. I mean, look at the last World Cup qualifier. It was a very close contest. But just that the Black Stars edged it on away goals, you know. So that will tell you the when it comes to these two teams, it's always a tight affair, you know. So for me, whether Mohamed Kudus is not there, Partey, Inaki Williams, and the part of Super Eagles, Awoni, Osimhen, Troost-Ekong, it doesn't matter. The guys who are there will give their 150%, and it's going to be an exciting encounter.
Okay, I saw a post on social media today, and the person wrote, the quietness on the street is sponsored by, was trying to mock Nigerians because of that lovely strike by Mukarram Abdullahi yesterday in the game against the Falconet, that lovely strike that won Ghana the gold. So the rivalry, at the end of the day, when you talk about the rivalry in music, I think the Ghanaians, they've considered that Nigeria is ahead in that regard. But the Jollof continues to throw up the debate. And of course, the game, even though I think the Ghanaians edged it, if you look at it, they've reached the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup, and they've also won 4 AFCON titles. The Super Eagles just have only 3. The Super Eagles have not reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So I think they edged that, but Nigerians still do not want to. By the end of the day, we all come together with a handshake. James, let's talk about South Africa yesterday. And in Algeria, they drew against Andorra. But again, that is throwing in a lot of controversy. Some to say for Ugo Bruce. The game is actually a FIFA series which allows or enables countries in different federations to play against each other. And Ugo Bruce made a very, very significant changes to his first 11 that we saw at the AFCON, but they had to come from behind to draw against Andorra. Andorra, they are European minnows, and some are saying even with the set of players that if fielded in that game, they should have won that game. And they are saying this game should be a warm-up to the crucial tie against the Super Eagles of Nigeria in June. And mind you, remember we talked about Ugo Bruce. He said these are the kind of criticism he doesn't want, and if he continues, he would drop the job and return to his grandchildren and family in Belgium.
Well, Femi, I think they just have to cut him some slacks. They made a lot of changes. Rowan Williams was not in goal, and a couple of players who took the team to the semi-finals, they were not there. So I think the coach wanted to use the game to try out other players, so that, these are the kind of games you give French players the opportunity to show what they can do. There are those who will grab it, and there are those who, at the end of the day, might not measure up. So at least you give the coach an idea, because the World Cup qualifier is not far away again. June is close by, and what better way to test players, to see who and how to add to your team. I believe that he has his first 11. He has his.
Because we don't have another window there will be no friendly opportunities until that game in June.
Sometimes, Femi, if you don't try out certain players, fine. There are players. What gives you the impression that how do you know that the guys that who is relying on, maybe they will not lose form or injury will not set in and other this. So it's better that you try out other players, so that when all this thing comes up, at least you have somebody who you can call upon to take over. And we've seen instances where maybe key players got injured or something, and an unknown just came over and became the star. I remember in 1990 World Cup, the legendary Argentine goalkeeper, Porfido, he got injured in Argentina's second game against the then Soviet Union at the Italian 90. And Goicoechea came over and became the star for became a star for the Argentine team. Somebody that they never reckoned with. He came into the second game and he helped them reach the final, making heroic saves during penalty shootouts. So for me, sometimes these games tend to spring up the unexpected. So I feel the coach is just trying to try out certain players. Fine, you say Andorra, they are not heavyweight when it comes to football. But for me, a lot of teams are improving. A lot of teams are putting in the work. A lot of teams are putting in everything. So you can't just say because they are minus and they will just not give a fight, or you think they will just roll over, you just lie down and allow it to roll over them. We saw at the last AFCON, the likes of Mauritania, the likes of Equatorial Guinea, the likes of Namibia. We also saw what happened. So that when they come up against this minus, they don't have anything to lose. Because you don't know anything about them, that even makes it more difficult because you don't know who's the star player. They are unknown quantity. So by the time they play as a unit, So I think they should just call the coach some slacks and allow him to do his job. This fine. It's not a key game. What they should have uppermost in their mind is the World Cup qualifiers. This after all, they didn't lose. If they had lost to Andorra, I wonder what they will be saying now. So just an opportunity, like I said, just an opportunity to try certain players and see how you can inject these players into the team.
Okay, I think the most friendly headline that I have seen this morning after that game is that South Africa battled to a scrappy draw against the European minnows Andorra. So the Bafana will be taking on Algeria on Tuesday in another friendly game against Algeria. Like I said, the state Nelson Mandela. James, remember last week we talked about this guy Nathan Doula. No, so some regard him as the most mature 17-year-old in the world because of how he looks, his physical appearance suggests that he's much older than that. But I think that matter has been cleared now, but not without still controversy because some controversy still lingers. And quickly, I'll take you and viewers across the world through. According to Le Monde, a French newspaper, they said that they had an interview with some player some time ago, and the player had the same physical look as him. The player had the same tattoo on the same spot as him. And they said the mobile contact number that the player left with them, as maybe to keep in touch, is the same number that Doula's mother is currently using. Though the Cameroonian Football Federation he was suspended alongside about 62 other players. So, but he has been released now to continue to play for the local team, Victoria United FC in Cameroon. But it's like the more you see, the less you understand, because they are saying that it looks like exactly the same player. They had the same title, the tattoo is in the same spot. The contact number, it left with them. When they rang it, it was Doula's mother that picked up.
Femi, I think we just allow this to lie. Since they've cleared him, I think who are we to continue to say otherwise? Find with all the things that are spring up and all the evidence that were presented, we want to see that he still has a questions to answer. But I mean, they've been able to clarify certain things. So I mean, just let the issue lie. So it's I don't know. Is it only I don't know whether it's only Doula's case that they've cleared, because they came up with other players too. So I don't know how far they've gone with the others. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why Doula's case was more prominent compared to others. So I would love them to come up with the final say for the other players, because I don't know why Doula's own was so people showed a lot of interest in his own. So I think it would be good if let's see if others too are cleared. So that we know that they did a thorough job. So let's just wait and see. But the good thing, okay, fine. They said there was no hanky panky. So let's just accept it like that. But let's see what will happen. Let's hear from the other players too. What happened? Are they also cleared, or is just Douala's case that they just resolved?
Okay, all right. So according to Le Monde, he looks like a certain player, Alessandra Badelli, that they interviewed some years back, which they said looks exactly like him, has this tattoo in the same spot on his body like him, and the number that Badelli left there is currently being used by Douala's mother. I think one of the reasons why this case has got so much prominence is because CAF has been petitioned because they felt that a lot of people felt that this guy was registered by Cameroon at the last AFCON, though he didn't play. But it's an age falsification case that they feel that CAF should look into. So, and I think that is one of the reasons why this has got much more prominence, and the fact that maybe foreign media has also been involved. Now, let's go on this break. When we return, we'll be going to our stars in diaspora. Like we said in the intro, we'll be going to Kenya today. What is happening there? We will let you in when we return. Please stay with us. Yeah, welcome back. It's still Sport Africa. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please don't just watch our videos. Please subscribe, and you can click on that notification button so that you get the video as soon as they are posted. James, let's talk about athletics. I don't know what in economics, I know there's something they call comparative advantage, where countries take advantage of each other's economy or means of production in exchange for what others also have to offer. But in sports, I think Kenya, they've held athletics so strongly that I think they've discouraged other countries from even trying to replicate what they are doing, because it will seem like there might be no headway, because currently there will be a Seoul Marathon in South Korea on Sunday, and 25 Kenyans have registered, and they will be battling for the 20 million Kenya shillings that will be on offer. If you talk about the New York Half Marathon, if you talk about the Berlin Marathon, talk about any marathon across the world, they will always be there. James, I think we need to maybe if we haven't done it before, we need to make it louder now about giving the Kenya Athletics Federation a pat in the back for doing a great job, because over the years they've maintained this very strong hold that they have on athletics, not only even in Africa but across the world.
Yes, Femi. It's no accident that the Kenyans continue to dominate the long distance events. I mean, they've come a long way, so it's not as if they just they got there by accident. They keep churning out stars year in, year out, just like the marathon events you mentioned, the New York, the marathon in the US, the Berlin marathon, whatever marathon, you must find Kenyans there,
On
and
the
you know
surface
that
of the earth.
they will nick it. There's also the Obudu marathon that's always held in Nigeria. They are always here too. Whatever the year that there's a marathon event, you always find them there, no matter where that place is. They will go there, and it's always the good thing is the organizers, they must include the Kenyans. Like if you don't have they are just like the Brazil of football when it comes to the marathon. They are the ones who, if they are not there, it's like there's something missing in that marathon. They're always there, and they always give the fans something to cheer about. They keep both the male and the female. You always find them there. It's part of them. Nobody goes close to them. I know a lot of countries would have tried and break that code and see what was about the Kenyans when it comes to the marathon, but I
I think
mean,
the Ethiopians even tried, but they just couldn't make as much success.
the Ethiopians, even at some point the Ugandans too, they tried to, they did a couple of things. I remember the legendary Gabriel Selassie,
Let's say, yeah.
so they've tried, but it's still the Kenyans. They know where their strength lies. That's why, because when at the Olympics, you don't see them at the early stages of the competition, but when it gets into the athletics, yes, that's when you know that when it comes to the
Track
800,
and field.
the 5,000, that you know that that's their 40, and everybody just give them their space and let them win their couple of gold medals that they're going to win and go back home. So it's just it's not something that you can just sit down in a science laboratory and try to figure out. It's part of them. Is if you don't have it, you don't have it. So that's why a lot of everybody are just giving it to them. That when it comes to the marathon, just give it to the Kenyans.
Okay, all right. You remember we even talked about the late Kevin Kiptum. He was trying to establish an academy of some sort, for young Kenyan athletes when that tragedy struck on February 11th. I'm still talking about Kiptum, of course. The Kenya government, they've inducted him into the Talanta Hall of Fame. And of course, they granted his family 10 million Kenyan shillings as a gift, and of course also to his coach who died with him in that tragic incident. But James, I think we should praise the Kenyan government, because I know they understood the economics of what Kenyan athlete brings to the economy. They go out, run in all of these marathons, and they bring in the dollars, not even the Kenyan shilling. They bring in the dollars, from New York to Berlin to Seoul to anywhere across the world. They bring in the dollars to the economy, and they invest it. Like we said, Kiptum was about preparing to establish an athletics academy in his village before he passed on in that tragic car accident.
Yeah, Femi, unfortunately that he died in his prime, but a good one from the Kenyan athletic body. That's the only way to encourage others, that even when they are no more, that as long as you did something remarkable, they're always going to remember you. So it's so painful that at this, to me, it's just starting. It's just starting. But unfortunately, death came, and that's the sad part of it. But the good thing that they remembered his family, remembered, and the good thing is he left something behind. So we pray that God give the family the fortitude to bear the loss.
Okay, of course, I think a very great kudos to the Kenya government. Of course, Sally, this is where our final whistle will be sounding on the show today. James Agribe, thank you so much for your thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Femi. See you in our next edition.
Okay. Hopefully, Kayode Ogundare will be able to join us next time when we review the game between the Super Eagles of Ghana and the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Black Stars of Ghana. Sadly, the Super Eagles have a game against Uganda. No one is even talking about against Mali. I beg your pardon, against Mali on the 26th of this month. And no one is literally talking about it. It's been Ghana, and Ghana. They also have a game against Uganda, and I'm not sure anyone is talking about it over there. It's been Nigeria, Ghana. So today we will see another prestige friendly in faraway Marrakech, Morocco. We hope you do all have a very awesome weekend to yourselves. It's going to be a lot of busy activities on the sporting scene over the weekend. A lot of friendly games that will be involving Africa countries. On Monday, we'll be coming around to talk about all of it. We'll see you all. I remain Ashalulu Afemi. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.